In the world of technology, even giants can fall. Today, we'll talk about a company that revolutionized the way we capture moments but, ironically, failed to adapt to the future it helped create. Kodak, an iconic brand in the history of photography, was a pioneer in developing the digital camera. However, a strategic mistake led it to lose its place in the market and eventually to bankruptcy. How did a company that dominated the photographic industry end up being overtaken by its own invention? Stay tuned to discover this fascinating story of innovation, failed decisions, and the impact of technology on the survival of major companies. The fall of Kodak in the digital age. Kodak's story is a clear example of how fear of change and a lack of vision can lead even the largest giants to collapse. The company was a pioneer in photography, not only with traditional film cameras, but also with the invention of the first digital camera in 1975, a technology that would eventually revolutionize the entire industry. However, despite being at the forefront of innovation, Kodak made one of the biggest strategic errors in recent history. It didn't bet on its own creation. The fall of Kodak in the digital age. Kodak dominated the film photography market, a business that generated millions in sales, but the rise of the digital camera threatened to end that lucrative business model. Instead of leading the shift towards digital, the company chose to ignore and downplay the importance of this new technology. Internally, many at Kodak recognized the potential of digital cameras, but corporate decisions leaned towards protecting its main business, roll film. The decision not to innovate. Here's where human error comes into play. Kodak not only invented the digital camera, but it also had the knowledge and resources to dominate the digital photography market. However, the company's leaders chose not to invest aggressively in this technology because they believed it would negatively affect their revenue from selling film. This type of decision is common in companies trapped in what's known as marketing myopia, where short-term profits are prioritized over long-term vision. This lack of adaptation allowed other companies like Canon, Sony, and Nikon to take the lead in the digital camera market, while Kodak clung to its obsolete business model. As digital cameras became more accessible, Kodak lost relevance. In 2012, Kodak, unable to adapt to the new reality, declared bankruptcy. The company, which had been synonymous with photography for over a century, went from being a global leader to falling out of competition. Although it tried to adapt in its final years with printer lines and software, the loss of its dominant position in digital photography and the rise of smartphones sealed its fate. Kodak's story is a powerful example of how technological advancements can overthrow even the largest companies if they're not prepared to adapt. Ironically, the company that created the digital camera was ultimately destroyed by it,